What's going on, everybody? Dr. Freeman here. Welcome to the third and final episode of Strikezone UnMapped. Today we're going to be talking about, general class setups, perks, grenades, things like that. What strike packages you should and shouldn't be using, and at least my suggestions and how I think this map is overall played in the best playstyle to have the most fun. And again, this is all in my opinion. Let's start off with the general guns that you're going to be using. This map, like I said in previous, this is the smallest map in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's in the general playlist, and as of right now anyway, and with how big a lot of these maps are in Call of Duty Ghosts, make sure you take advantage of this small map and use some of the weapons that you normally wouldn't be using. Use the submachine guns, use the shotguns. You can. This map is designed for those. I mean, obviously you can use some assault rifles, sniper rifles, do whatever you want, but with such quick action, close action, the submachine guns and the shotguns, you're gonna have a blast. Just run around, rush. It's good fun. In the submachine guns, I would suggest either the Bison, which is one of my personal favorites. Its recoil is pretty manageable. It has an extremely high rate of fire and its range isn't bad. As well as the K.7. It's got a silencer. It's got the longest range for a silencer in its class, and it's also got a high rate of fire, so you'll be able to do a lot of flanking and not be seen on the minimap nearly as well. For the shotguns, any of them, just pick one, use it, rush around, have fun. There is, I mean, obviously the Bulldog. The rate of fire is pretty ridiculous on it, so you could use that to clear out an area pretty fast, but by all means, any of them, and you should be having a good time. Now, this is also one of those maps, and being that you're using, whether it's shotguns or submachine guns, I would highly recommend a secondary. Pick up a pistol, whether it's the 226, which is widely known as probably the best in the game, being it's a long-range two-shot kill, or also even the Magnum, PDW, whatever you decide you want. But with all these close engagements and the general how fast you're going to be in these engagements, you might need to switch out to your pistol really fast because you don't have that time to reload. So I would suggest a secondary, and as far as lethals and tacticals, do whatever's comfortable. Everything's pretty viable in this map. Maybe not smoke unless you're using a thermal in that general walkway, the passageway there in the middle of the map, but everything from motion sensors if you're trying to hold down an area to the 9 bags and the concussions. The 9 bang can be extremely irritating on this map because it is a very small map, and if you fully charge it and throw it right off the beginning, you're gonna flash a ton of people, and it gets extremely annoying, especially if you have a couple of you doing it. As far as lethals, again, pretty much any of them. Syntex, frag grenades, C4s, IEDs can be really annoying, especially if you throw it in that little side hallway. But definitely attach them. A lot of times, I'll get rid of a tactical and I'll get rid of my secondary for some of these larger maps, because it's very easy just to pick up another weapon and go on my way. And a lot of times you're only fighting maybe 1, 2, 3 guys at the most, and you don't have time to charge the 9 bang up or concussion or whatever. So I usually just bring a lethal, no secondary, no tactical. But on this map, I would suggest all 3. If you're going to get rid of one, get rid of the tactical. As we move on to perks, being that I feel this is a much more rush style gameplay, I would suggest speed perks, things like sleight of hand, so you have faster reloading, quick draw for faster aiming, unless you're using the shotguns. I would not suggest quick draw. For either class, whether it's submachine guns or shotguns, steady aim is a must. It's a must. So definitely put that on there. And then after that, scavenger's not a bad one. And if you are running secondaries, recon's a good choice. And yeah, speed perks, agility. That's what I was thinking. Agility. As you're moving around the map, agility, marathon, things like that, it's really going to help you get to your spot faster. So, and the last thing we're going to talk about, which is the strike packages. And like I said before, I'm not going to focus on specialists, just assault and support. With the assault kill streaks, I would suggest some of the lower kill streaks, things like SATCOM, dog, sentry gun, IMS. You're going to get into a lot of firefights, so there's a good chance of dying. So if you want to be able to put those up, stick to the lower kill streaks. IMS is really good because there is going to be a lot of people, flanking and rushing around. So that should net you a kill or two. Guard dog's not too bad because there is a lot of close quarters action, so he should be able to net you at least a kill, and he'll warn you when there are people close by. And the sentry gun is really well placed. Really good if you place it well in that main hallway. You should be able to net 3-4 kills with it. So in the SATCOM, I know a lot of people give it crap because it does kind of suck, but if you are running with a couple buddies and you all run the SATCOM, just talk to each other. That way you can throw them down at the same time, and all of a sudden you have an advanced UAV for each of you getting 3 kills. And that goes with support as well. So if you're running support and your buddy's running assault, both of you use SATCOMs. That way you can get the most benefit out of it. If you're running alone, it's still not a bad option, but because there will be somebody that's dropping them. But if you're running with some friends, just talk about it before. Hey, you guys putting SATCOM on? Yeah, cool. Ballistic vests, like I said in the past episode, if you're ever running support, ballistic vest is always a really good option. I would almost always do it. Squad mate, not a bad option here, because it is somebody else, but there's a good chance he's going to die pretty fast. So not necessarily the best. But the ones I really like are the Night Owl. It does protect you from explosives, and being that you are kind of going to be rushing around and each of those power positions are pretty small, it'll be able to give you an idea of where people are, as well as obviously Oracle, because there are a lot of walls and things like that, so you'll be able to get the advantage on somebody else. Some things I wouldn't be using, I wouldn't use the Helo Scout as far as support's concerned, because you're just not going to get a lot of kills. Ground Jammer, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. The MAAWS, the shoulder mounted rocket launcher, there's not going to be a lot of stuff in the air, and as far as on the ground, there's just a lot of shit in the way, so I wouldn't suggest that, as well as any of the air superiorities and things like that. So Night Owl, SATCOM, and ballistic vests, I believe, are the best 3 for this. And then if you want to throw Oracle in there as well, you can substitute maybe the Night Owl for the Oracle. Now, as far as assault goes, the ones that you probably don't want to use are things like the Griffin, the Battle Hind, even the Trinity rocket. It might not net you as many kills, and that's because it is, even though it's a smaller map, you don't have as much open areas. There's a lot of places, like the bar and in the hallway and things like that, where in the gift shop, where people can be hiding out and you're just not going to get those kills. So that's why I said keep it low with the sentry gun, the IMS, SATCOM, things like that. The Vulture might not be bad, but again, I would still suggest keeping it to the lower kill streaks. Alright, and this is going to wrap it up for this episode of Strikezone UnMapped. Let me know what are some of the class setups that you guys used, maybe in the comments below. Maybe I missed something, maybe I missed some certain lines of sight that you guys use all the time, or a really good combination of weapons and assault streaks and things like that, or perks. But otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.